today.
Well, hopefully it'll work. We'll see it. Hey, it's
Mike's
me.
already here.
Me who's Smart? You talking about Smart?
Mike,
what you doing, Mike? Good to see you. It's me and Dr. V. You all know what we're going to be talking about. We're an opinion group. We've been sitting here talking about what really kicked off rock. It appears that the Volpicelli family is more in agreement with me than with actually Joe, who doesn't understand rock because he's Pink Floyd.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree. I'm just saying Pink Floyd perfected it.
Pink Floyd perfected.
But the Beach Boys and the Beatles, they helped kick it off.
The Pink Floyd's like bread.
They perfected it.
Like bread, okay? Go listen to Bread, and it don't matter to me. Then listen to Pink Floyd. It's the same thing. No difference.
The other night, I found a YouTube channel that plays 60 minutes.
We got to get on it.
60 minutes of Gilmour guitar riffs. 60 minutes straight.
Yeah, great. Nothing. Good to talking with you. Okay. We're an opinion group. We're here today to talk about the attack on Iran, the war with Iran, and we're going to get pretty deep into it. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. We look at facts. I have been watching like crazy News Nation, Fox, CNN, and MS Now, big time. Reading the Post, reading the Times, reading the Journal, reading the New York Daily News, just getting these different ones to try to get a feel. First of all, we have lost some troops already. Today in Kuwait, I believe, at one of our bases, we lost 3 or 4 troops and others are severely injured. In Jerusalem, I think 9 or 10 people got killed there and a lot of people are hurt. And of course, we don't know what's going on inside Iran, except the top 40 guys got taken out right away. Top 40, great music. Let's talk about where we stand on this and where we're going. I made it clear where I stood last week. I've been doing it for months. Joe made it clear where he stood, and I'm just going to kind of just get right into it with that right away. This is what I said was going to happen, not said, but said when the American century was falling apart and it was over. This is no longer the American century. We are an Orwellian country like Oceania. I think Joe totally agrees. We're just going around, throwing our power everywhere, doing whatever we want to do, really from the guy up top, with no rhyme or reason except the power, except outrageously overwhelming power and wanting to use that power. That's where we are. It's just really a different situation to be in right now. Now, let's talk about Iran. I said last week, I've been saying now for months, but said last week, and we said before, we're going into Iran. There's no stopping it. We had too many Navy ships going there. I kept referring us to the Spanish Armada in Just an American Citizen. And please go and check that. Check all of our 20th century stuff we talked about in there. Spanish Armada, could we have a problem? As us being the Spanish Armada. But now what's happening is, as when we closed last week, Joe was yelling at me. Even though we were talking music and I was trying to help him out, and I always try to help Joe out with music. It doesn't seem to work, but we're going to have a special a week from Saturday where I'm going to be in Philly with Joe, and we're going to work it hard there. There will be no Pink Floyd, I promise, playing in the background. So, I don't know. But what we ended last week, I said, either don't hit Iran, and I said it on 4 or 5 occasions, or if we hit them, you got to hit them really hard. You can't not, if you're not going to hit them, or you're going to hit them hard. A pinprick is a waste. A little is a waste. It gets you nowhere, only keeps you where you are. And if the war itself accelerates, it puts your people, your troops in more harm's way because the other side's already ready. They weren't prepared if you hit them right away. And that's what happened this time. I don't understand why Iran always blows it by not being ready. Iran, Hezbollah, and these guys. It was obvious Trump was going to hit them. If they watched our show, it was going to happen. How they put all their guys together, their top guys together, their top 40 in 2 or 3 different rooms makes no sense. They just took them out and ended it. I mean, they have a lot of people underneath, but how they could do that just is not smart. So we look at what's going on. We are really doing a major push on Iran. The question is, are the people going to stand up and do anything? Do you see people doing it? I see a lot of people out there sad that Khomeini is gone. Remember, Khomeini hated America. Where Joe and I had a little disagreement, though I'm convinced I'm correct on this one still, was I kept saying we have to hit them hard because they want to die. They're willing. They don't want to die. They're willing to die. They believe these are people who are really just so deep into their beliefs. They believe it's better to die than to live. You have to die with honor. They're almost Klingons that way. They believe it's good to die with honor and not to live without honor. So they are going to fight till the end. I tell Joe this, and they're going to fight till the end. So you got to take them out and give them what they want. The problem is how many weapons we have, how long we're willing to go with this, how many losses we're prepared to take, how hard we're really hitting them. I don't know. We don't see anything. Everything is shut down. A major problem we have is we have a dummy, Carrie Lake, who is from Arizona. Remember, she ran for Senate or something, was convinced that Trump won the election in 2020 when he didn't, and she thought she won her election. He made her head of, I think, like the Voice of America, or basically that. She shut most of that down. Most of the Farsi is the language in Iran. She shut most of that down. So we're in a position where we're really not, we don't have everything focused to be able to really get information into Iran to help the people so they can know what's going on and know what we're doing. None of that is happening. We are not prepared. Essentially, we're just lobbing in a whole lot of munitions. Look, Joe, Khomeini, and just like his boss man before him, Khomeini, hated America. You got to remember, and this is one thing Trump forgets, when they took over our embassy, Canada snuck out a chunk of our people. Remember that, Joe? And kept them in the Canadian embassy and then snuck them out, I think, saying they were doing a film and then snuck them out. I hope I'm right remembering all that. And our friends, the Canadians, thank you, Canadians, always our friends, good friends. They snuck those people out, but they took our American embassy people for over a year. You know one thing it did do, Joe? You remember back then in the old days, and people aren't going to remember, after the late night, after your late news.
Ted Koppel,
after late news, all you had was Johnny Carson. On the other station, I was never to Johnny Carson. On the other station, we had Kojak, and then we'd have Star Trek, but it would shut off, and you'd have the American flag and either make a sound or be playing the Star Spangled Banner or something. When that was America Held Hostage, was exactly what you're talking about. ABC, it changed late night to have news on late night. Now, Joe may not remember this, but on one of those, and Ted Koppel stopped it and said, one of our viewers has told us the globe was revolving the wrong way, and we have to change it. And what they did was during the show, they stopped it because it was America. They stopped it and it had to go the other way. I remember that. It was tremendous. He thanked whoever the viewer was. But I mean, it changed late night totally because it all became late night news and all the other stuff that was going on, and people started staying up. Either way, they did that. They killed our Marines. They have killed Americans. It's always been death to America. If you see all of his rallies, they had American flags on the ground. He would just stomp on it. So this guy is no loss. The problem is what the people themselves are going to do. I don't think we should have done it. You know, I said it last week 4 or 5 times, Joe. Don't do it. If you're going to do it, hit them hard, but don't do it. I didn't think we should do it. We did it. We hit them hard. Who knows what the answer is? I just don't think, and I've said it then, they're going to roll over too easy. They're just going to keep fighting to the end. And what are we going to do? You know, people don't have guns there. We sit here and think they're like us. They don't have the Second Amendment. So there are no guns there. So it's not like they're in a situation where they can beautiful. It's not in the chat's working. I'll tell you why afterwards, Joe. I told you I fixed it. It's not why. It's not. They don't have guns. People here have guns. Of course, they got tanks and stuff can take it out, but they have no guns. So how do they take on the IRGC, or how do they take on the Revolutionary Guard? So it's going to be very crazy to see what's going on. Trump says, throw down your guns. And keep this in mind. These are all these things that are coming out of it. If they shut down the waterway, the Red Sea down there, right? If they shut that down there, then they can, and forget the oil, they can shut down ships going through there. I think Hapag-Lloyd said they're not going there, and some others aren't going to go there anymore, which will mean you'll have higher prices, higher inflation, and it comes back once again to the bottom line. If we had solar energy, Joe, it wouldn't matter if the oil was all stopped, because you can't stop the sun. And if we had the batteries and we had the solar energy, I have been screaming about for 10 to 15 years and saying we should have batteries and getting prepared for it. This wouldn't even matter for oil. Oil wouldn't even be an issue. Oil is Devo. Oil is last year's story. I'm not showing music because this is too crazy what's going on. So you have that going on. So you may have that area shut down in the Red Sea. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. What do you think, Joe?
I'll tell you what I think.
What do you think?
I'll tell you what I think. I think that Trump was itching for this war, that he had never had any intention of trying to negotiate a peace. He sends over two guys, what is it, Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff?
Right.
Okay. What's their background in negotiating?
Well, they've been negotiating. They did Gaza and everything. That's just the way he does.
Yeah, I know. And I'm not sure Gaza's working out all that well anyway. I mean, they're basically real estate guys. So was he negotiating world peace, or was he negotiating to get a piece of Iran to build Trump Tower? So the point isn't that we took out Khomeini. The point isn't that we can bomb the crap out of Iran. That was pretty easy. The point is, what are we going to do now? Are we going to turn the country into a free democratic country?
How can we do that?
We can, and we can, which is why the whole thing is stupid. Or are we going to go in there and prop up some dictator?
How are we going to do that?
So Trump can negotiate some real estate deal to enrich his own pockets.
So
that's what I'm concerned about. That's what I'm concerned about. What is the end game here? What are we trying to do? We've seen this movie before, where you try to do regime change, and it never works out well.
Right.
It costs us in terms of financial resources, and sometimes even resources of human life. And so why have we done it? I don't think we've done it to make us feel more secure. I mean, there's a nice sugar high that we go in there and we kick ass. That good bro mentality that, there was an asshole there and we went out and took him out. So that makes you feel good temporarily, but what does it accomplish in the long run? That's the question. What have we done to make the country secure, to make the world feel safer? And we haven't done anything, I don't believe. Now, it all depends on how things evolve. It may evolve differently. It may turn out that we support the freedom fighters over there. They may take over the government and become wonderful allies of the United States and help bring peace to the whole Middle East. I doubt it. I haven't seen any evidence that that's the way things are headed. And if there's any evidence that's available, is that we send over real estate guys to broker some sort of.
That's different, Joe. Look, I love you, but he's using these guys for all of his negotiations. It doesn't matter what they are. Does
that mean he's not using them to negotiate for peace of all these other countries?
No. What it means is he's being what he's always been, Joe, which is Trump trying to run everything the way he runs everything. And he hasn't changed it. And it's strictly power. And he's been building on his power. That's what I've been saying. This is emotion.
I don't disagree with you. So the point is, if Trump's goal is personal enrichment, then how is that world peace? How is that making us safer? How is that worth an investment?
Wait a second. He's already been enriched. And I'm not saying it's making us
this
safer.
enriches him more. So when has he ever shown that his desire for more enrichment is abated?
That's not why he's fighting there. He's fighting there because he feels
he's fighting there because it helps Israel, his buddy in Israel.
No, wrong. Look,
and he
now,
thinks
wait,
he's
wait a
going to
second.
make
Let me
some
tell you,
deals at
you
the
and
end
I
of
are
it where
going to
he can
disagree on
set
this.
up more Trump
Let me
towers.
ask you, how much money has Israel given Trump? None. So let's get some straight about the facts, Joe, before you start talking about buddies and everything. Let's get it straight. The money that's gone to Trump was from Saudi Arabia. He's been getting massive amounts of money from Saudi
Yes,
Arabia.
yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that.
No, listen to me. For
Go
the
ahead.
last 4, 5, 6 years, all the articles and TV is saying that Saudi Arabia was calling Trump and telling him to go after Iran and go after Iran strong, while he's been saying he hasn't been doing it. How about all the money Wickoff has gotten for all the crypto? That all came out of what, Oman or Qatar or UAE? How about the plane he got? He's doing this for his guys there. They have lined his pockets. Let's get the facts straight. They have lined his pockets. Okay, and it's the Sunnis versus the Shiites. And
no one is denying that. No one's denying that. He lines his pockets wherever he goes. Where does he not line his pockets? Where does he not line his pockets?
Your statement.
When has he not lined his pockets?
You're changing your statement.
No. My statement is that his general purpose is to line his pockets. If he's doing something, look to see where his pocket is being lined. If you want to understand the motivation for why he's doing something.
I jumped in.
Give me an example where he hasn't lined his pockets, where he did it for the good of the country, for the good of the world. Where has he done anything that didn't line his pockets?
Stick with what you said first.
Here's what I'm saying. Where has he ever done anything that hasn't lined his pockets? Why did he send over real estate guys? Why did he send real estate guys to negotiate a peace? Peace of what?
Joe, you said he went in for his buddy Israel. I'm giving you a quote.
Netanyahu, that's his buddy.
Wait a second.
That's his buddy,
You said he went in for his buddy Israel. Let's get some things straight, because I stay away from that most of the time. Israel's an ally of the United States.
I love Israel. I'm not that crazy about the president over there, but I love Israel.
Issues with Netanyahu. But when you're talking about the money, which I 100% agree with and have been saying it throughout and been saying it today, it's all coming from the Arabs. And it's the Arabs that had pushed him by lining his pockets. You got to look at these reasons here. They have lined his pockets because Iran wasn't lining his pockets. So he's set up to be able to go in there. But on top of the money, it's the power. He's an 80-year-old guy who thinks he's hot manure, and he thinks he's got all the power. And he went into Venezuela, and he went into here, and he went into there, and he wants his Nobel Prize.
Okay, so why? Tell me, what's the rationale for going into Iran? Tell me that.
What he said?
No. What is the real rationale? Why is he in?
I just said it to you.
What is it?
I said his pockets have been lined by the Saudis, the UAE,
the Saudis made him go into Iran.
All of them.
Why would the Saudis want him to go into Iran?
Did you read any of the stuff that's been out the last 2 days about all the calls that bin Salman's been making and that bin Salman's head of intelligence? Joe, you got to get on top of this. It's all over there. What they did was they're saying out loud, we don't want you to do it. And in the background, they're saying, we want you to take out Iran, because Saudi Arabia and Iran have always been the major competitors. You got the Shiites and you got the Sunnis. So all the guys, the Saudis, the UAE, Qatar, all those guys, even when they fight with one another, they are their group, and you have the other group, and they don't like one another. And Iran had already hit Saudi's oil stuff maybe 5, 7, 10 years ago. That's what it is. So it's all there. So they're doing this. They're playing the double game, and they're giving him so much money. I don't say they're giving him money. Trump is making, and his family is making so much money through these guys. You're asking why? Because they hate Iran. That's the history. They're not into the Iranians. That's the bottom line. So Saudi are playing two-face. At least the Israelis are upfront about where they stand, though Netanyahu is not my man. I don't like him at all. But the bottom line here is it's the Saudis, it's the UAE, it's Qatar. Those are the guys. Who gave him a plane, Joe? Who gave them $2 billion to set up their crypto? Who's letting them talk about building hotels? It's that group. That's where the money is. That's where it's coming from. That's why he's doing it. On top of the cherry and whipped cream on top is the power, because he thinks he's the man, and he told them, throw down your arms. It's like when he said in Chicago, in Minnesota, Joe, I'm going to throw down. He was like Zeus. I'm going to revenge and retribution. It's the same thing, and you put it together, and you got a real frothy problem here. So hopefully we get through this. Hopefully we come out ahead, and the Iranians make a deal with us. But that's the answer to your questions. Done. We agree.
He's in it for the money. He's not
and
in
the
it
power.
for. He's not. Okay, the money and the power. He's not in it to make the world safer, to bring peace to the world. He's not in it for looking out for American interests.
Of course
that's
not.
The point. Okay, that's my point.
The end of the American century.
That's my point.
How many years have I had the end of the American century up there on Just an American Citizen, Joe? All you're doing is we're just agreeing with one another here. That's the thing we got to miss, is we are now into Orwell. It's 1984. We're Oceania. We've been talking about Oceania for months and months and months. We're Oceania. There are three big players, us, China, Russia. We're Oceania. And we're just doing whatever we want to show our power. Just like Russia is doing everything it wants. It came out and said, this is immoral. This is horrible. This is this. And meanwhile, he's smashing Ukraine and just every day just destroying their energy infrastructure. So it's that and Z. It's the three of them. This is so 1984. It's incredible.
Let's see what they're saying in the mosh pit.
I'll jump in. It's working, isn't it? Huh?
It's working today, yeah.
I know why. Want me to tell you why?
Why?
X. X has a problem because we had X in here, and but for some reason it can't take its latency, or it's too slow or something. And Restream is taking the YouTube and taking the Facebook, and they're going straight in. But X has an issue with it. I got X. What it was trying to do was take everything and put it together, but I got X out, and now we're cruising. It's a bummer though, because I like some of that.
That's great. Good job.
Okay. How long with the Solar Panels Electric Company is the contract?
What was the question? I'm sorry.
I just saw Mike's up and about solar here. Where are we going? I'm going backwards a bit. Gaza's going to get rebuilt. I really don't think so, Mike, but I hope you're right. Trump's doing you right if you let it go any longer. Tom, they will send nuclear weapons over to us. He's the only Tom, they may have. You may be correct. And they may have gone and tried to use nuclear weapons. But we already had a nuclear weapon deal, right? We walked away from the nuclear weapon deal. That's the bottom line. So now we're back there. Maybe, maybe not. But didn't President Trump say 4 or 5 months ago, or whenever we hit them, that it was over, that we destroyed their nuclear plant, their nuclear capabilities, and all of a sudden we're not there again? I think Joe and I are really where we are with it. We are yell at each other. And I like yelling at him. Okay, that's why I don't have much hair left, because yelling at me makes you lose your hair. It just does. It's the testosterone. The testosterone comes out, you get hot, you're rocking, and the hair goes, because you can't put up with me. But that's the problem. Freedom, the deal is freedom for the Iranian people. Mike, I hope you're right. But how are they going to do it? They don't have guns. They don't have weapons. Are we sending it in there? Are we telling them what to do? Have we sent them Starlink? We did a couple, but not many. What are we doing to help them? We shut down Voice of America. What are we doing to help them except say go for it? The IRGC has all the guns. But the good points. Look what our democratic doctrine created. Democratic doctrine had nothing to do with Afghan freedom fighters, James. Oh, wait a second. The Afghan freedom fighters, they worked out great, because the Afghan freedom fighters, James, threw the Russians out. Okay, and Rocky Stallone did he do one with the Afghan freedom fighters, a movie, Joe? Come on, when he was in the army. Come on, what is it?
Come
on, Joe.
Was that Afghan or
it was
Vietnam?
With the Afghanis, and he went out and he went on the horses, and they had like the dead carcass going around, and they loved him because he was so tough. It was perfect, and he loved them. We loved the Afghanis because they stood up to the Russians when Russia first went in to take out Afghanistan. So, yeah, the Afghan freedom fighters were cool. The problem is what came afterwards. So if you let it go, here, let me keep going down here. You guys talk about Democrats supporting the Muslim leader. We live in crazy times. I don't know who we're talking about there, Mike. Okay, if we take out the Muslims in Iran, who's going to fund the terrorists? You don't think there's Muslim leadership all over the Mideast? I mean, come on. What are you talking about? It's everywhere. And you can take out the head. It doesn't mean there are going to be 20 other heads, Mike. It's like, you cut off one and there's 8 more. There we go. Trump is worth, he's making all that money, Mike, because he's getting it in his pocket. By the way, we love Mike. I'm jumping in. I'm not giving him trouble. We love Mike.
Excellent comments. Yeah,
Mike's
I love
a good
Mike's
guy.
feedback. Yeah.
Mike's a good guy. I love you, Spartacus. Mike's the guy on the other side.
And Spartacus, both of them.
Spark's the man. Spark's the man. Kramer, Saudis are going in. Well, they got a hand in it. We'll see if they're going to fight. You think Trump's satisfied? He's never satisfied on Dr. V. He always wants more. Good question. Special guest. It's all money. You're right. In the Middle East, Christianity is spreading like wildfire. Okay. Let's see here. Mushtag. True, but who fired the shots and who called for it? I'm not sure who you were talking to, Mushtag. Democrats want redemption. Everybody wants redemption. Who doesn't want to be redeemed? You blow it, you make a mistake, you want to go forward with it. We blew it. We took out a Western-leaning group, even though they were going to, I think, eventually nationalize their oil in Saudi Arabia. I'm sorry, in Iran. We put in the Shah, and then we let him hang out there and just blew the whole thing. We didn't handle that right. Spartacus. The thing is, what everybody's missing, Spartacus, let me just come back with solar's up. You see it's up. Solar's around all the time. And if anybody goes into the old Just an American Citizen, please do, and look at our older stuff, and please subscribe. I have videos in there where I was saying, we need to build batteries now. I called them energy conservation devices or something like that. And that was years ago. I said we should be having a skunk works and going in there so we can control the sun's power. Because if you have it in your hand, you could do things, just incredibly great things, and defense things, military, everything. It would just be perfect. You control the energy that makes us all live here. And we have such dumb leadership, and we're letting the Chinese run with it. So yeah, and now we're shutting down whatever solar power we have. So what when the clouds come out? Let the power run. Why are we pumping out more coal? Why are we pumping out more black lung disease? And it's more expensive. It's dirty. It's horrible. What are we doing? The sun's there, and we're still doing nothing. We'd rather fight over oil than take that which is given to us for free and utilize it. So dumb. Joe, I'm hot on solar. I've been hot on solar since college. So dumb. It's there, man. It's there. Okay. The problem is, Kramer, you can't make a deal with Iran, but what is their leadership going to be? And that's the question that Joe was asking. Where is their leadership coming from? Is it coming from the IRGC? Is it coming from regular people? Is it coming from students? Right now, I just think there's so much hardened stuff in there, but we don't know because we don't see what's going on inside Iran, because Kari Lake and Trump blew it by shutting down the VOA or whatever that group was that pumped messages into Farsi into Iran, and now say they're making up for it. You can't make up for what you've lost all that time. Horrible Kari Lake, horrible Donald Trump. We're not helping the people. So how do we know if these people are actually going to have leaders and they even know what we're going to do, right? And how we're going to help them? How are we going to help them? Who has to make the world safer? It ain't going to get safer. It was Mushtaq when we were the hegemon, when it was the American century. The world was a whole lot safer. That's the problem. Now it's wiped out. It's fixing the problem. Well, Kramer, I hope the problem is fixed. My concern is this. There's too many people on Fox yelling, screaming, dancing, saying, it's a win. It's a win. It ain't a win so far. Remember, Iraq looked like a win. We took them out. We take everybody out at the beginning, and then you turn around 5 months later and you're going, what are we doing here? What exactly are we doing? I see Joe agreed with me on that. What exactly are we doing here in this situation? We don't know. You're going to have to watch this. It's going to be really tough. And I'm telling you, get ready for the economic. If we don't get something done quickly, the economic impact's going to be nasty. And I ain't worried about oil. It's going to be all the shipping going through the water. Trump's delivering. Okay. Well, Gulag, I don't agree with you. Trump isn't delivering anything except war right now. President Trump doesn't need, is this the newly created Board of Peace at work? Baby and Donnie are two P's in it. Yeah, it is the Board of Peace. It's a Thomas D is coming in there. Yeah, this is the Board of Peace. Look, Thomas D, it's the Board of PIECE. Peace of something. Okay? It ain't a board of peace as we know, love, and peace to be. That's the problem. Plus, didn't everybody have to ante up $1 billion up front to get in? Sounds like going to play craps at Vegas. Here we go. Trump's just to make America great by bringing back industries. James, where are the industries? The employment for manufacturing is down big time, smashed. And people aren't bringing it in here. They don't know what to do anymore because they don't know what Trump's going to do to them. Oh, so 11 U.S. service members killed now, John. Thanks for telling us.
Oh, my.
Right.
Really?
When we went on, Joe, it was like 5 and some others have been injured.
Oh, that's terrible.
It's terrible. And that's why I said,
for what?
For what?
Tell me for what?
I'm
to
with
make
you.
The country safer?
You're right, Joe. It ain't making the country safer.
Yeah, I know. It's we kicked rear end. We're tough.
We're real tough.
Meantime, 11 Americans are dead.
Right. And then you're right. And we're keeping the nuclear bombs away, Joe.
Well, yeah, we already did that last time, didn't we? We obliterated it. That's what I heard.
I thought we totally obliterated it.
We totally obliterated. For what, 3 months?
Oh, man. Horrible. Okay. Horrible. Trump said, Mark military.
I mean, besides all the cost of this, we're losing American lives. This is horrible.
It is horrible.
Just tell me for what?
James,
and what about the Constitution, Mark? What about the Constitution? Isn't Congress supposed to declare war?
Are you sure, Joe?
That's what I thought I read somewhere in the Constitution.
Did they teach you that in school?
Yeah, somewhere. I don't know. Maybe that's redacted now. Do you have the redacted Constitution? They cut that part out.
That's like the Trump Bible, the redacted Trump Bible, too.
It's redacted now.
It's all redacted.
The assault on our Constitution continues.
But you got to blame Congress, Joe. Congress has been letting Trump get away with all of this. Not just him. Not just him, all the presidents.
Be specific. Not Congress.
Congress.
Certain members of Congress.
Well, enough to let it go.
A certain party in Congress.
Yeah, but
not Congress.
Yeah, but you got to remember the Democrats let LBJ go bigger into Vietnam. I mean, it just depends. You got to look at.
Wasn't there a resolution that said you can do it? If I remember,
the Gulf of Tonkin, which is a joke, because nothing happened. It was a fake out, but the Democrats said, yeah, it's got to be true, and went with it.
At least they had some resolution to support.
Yeah, some resolution. Look at how many, what did we lose? 55,000 guys or something?
Yeah.
Okay, guys and women. I don't think I know.
All right. Yeah, it's a fair point. It's not just Republicans. It's been going on for a period of time.
Because Congress has been ceding its power to the president. The difference here, though, Joe, is, and you hit the big word, war. Trump is using that word in what he's saying. We're at war. Well, if Trump is saying we're at war, then Congress has to declare war, because only Congress, under the Constitution, as you said, has the right to declare war. So Trump is saying we're at war. So even that's kind of part of the problem. Even if you think what Trump's doing is right, he's still violating the Constitution like he does with so many other things. And that's not good. But Congress is doing nothing. The Republicans are going, it's great. Maybe it is. They're going, the Democrats are going, this is horrible. Maybe it is. At the same time, nobody seems to know what's going on, because there's nobody saying this is where we need to go. All of a sudden, we've just stepped into a mud puddle, a mud pie, and we're going to have to get our feet out of it. It's going to be messy, and it ain't going to be that easy. If it is, and we have peace in 5 days, right on, I'd say great. I just don't see it happening that fast, Joe. You got too many Arabs going against each other, and then too many of them who hate the West. And then you have a lot of people in the West who hate them. And it's just leading to all these other problems here. It just is. So the fact just started, why the fact that he's a pedophile. Look, JW, I have nothing good to say about Trump when it comes to Epstein. You can't call guys names like this. He hasn't been found to be anything, but he does distract. I can't argue with you when you say he loves to distract. On its own, he loves to distract. And he uses things to get away from Epstein. I don't know if it's him or if it's other people he's trying to protect in there that we don't know about. So we'll have to see. But he's very good at deflecting. But remember, it isn't just this. He'll argue, he'll go and take the votes from Atlanta. From Georgia, from Fulton County. He'll go do this. He'll go shoot boats in the Pacific. He just does things. So I don't know if it's for any specific reason beyond he just deflects. He's like got a mirror in front of him, and you're hitting him with your laser, and it's going here, and it's going there, and it goes there because he just kind of turns it all the time. I think that's kind of what's happening. Grandfather Day is never done, James. We love every day is Grandfather Day. Is today Grandfather's Day? I had no idea.
Oh, that's great.
Well, every day is Grandfather's Day. My girls call me. I love them. So we're rocking there. Rique, MAGA. We'll see if MAGA works out. The question is, what is MAGA's position on this? Is MAGA believing that we should be attacking Iran? You got a lot of people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and the others who are saying this is horrible. Or is it, yeah, we should? You got Lindsey Graham doing his thing. So where's MAGA going to be going? If you're going to say Lindsey Graham isn't MAGA, you're losing a lot of Trump support there. So it's going to be interesting to see. I want to see what MAGA, the definition of MAGA is when it comes to Iran.
You know what their definition is. All you have to do is say what's Trump's position, and that's going to be MAGA's position.
At that moment.
At that moment. Well, whatever Trump's position is, that's what MAGA's position is.
But a lot of them are just taking different positions. Like you got Tucker Carlson.
A free-thinking MAGA?
What?
A free-thinking MAGA?
Well, if you call Tucker Carlson free-thinking, right?
I guess he's a free thinker.
Yeah, he's a free thinker. So it's just he's MAGA. So and he talks to him. So it's hard to say where it's going to go.
Mary Taylor, what's her name? Taylor Greene is free thinking now.
Yeah, well, she's been real free thinker. And Mike helped us out. Rambo 3.
Rambo, you're right. Rambo 3. Yep.
Thanks, Mike. It was Rambo 3, a good one. I loved all the Rambos. I just love Stallone. I watch him on Tulsa King. You don't have to say anything. He walks into the room and goes, "Hey." He's just the greatest. Hey.
He is good. I like that show.
He's Stallone. I just love Stallone. Take Stallone and stick him somewhere. You go, "Hey, the show's made for me." I'm happy as can be. Okay, here we go. Let's keep going. Industries are not going to come back because the industries may come here eventually, but they're not going to hire our people. What they're going to do is they're going to bring in the industries coming back from overseas. They're going to bring in their robots or make them from whatever we have here and just use those, I'll call them robots, AI, whatever you want to call it, to go forward, and then it'll take all the jobs anyhow. So it doesn't even matter if they come back here because they'll find a way to tariff them. Pro-Iran, anti-American. Well, I'm not that. And Jay Creed, you got the right to believe what you wish. Trump won and Epstein. This is doomed to fail. Yeah, but you weren't listening also, JW. It isn't just Israel. It's Saudi Arabia. It's UAE. It's Qatar. It's all of them. They all want Iran out. They want to destroy Iran. It's the Shiites versus the Sunnis. Who has the power? Who controls the Middle East? That's a much bigger issue. That goes back thousands of years too. Okay. Pull your 51 children are dead. That's horrible. I saw somebody hit that school, that kindergarten or something. It's horrible in Iran. Should I be crying and screaming? You can be whatever you want to be, Donnie. If you want, it is horrible. Crying and screaming. I don't know what you should be doing. Feel horrible about this. It is horrible. Johnson. He's been shutting down Congress like crazy, JW. Trump think the Constitution is constipation. It could be correct. President of Ukrainian oil executive peace deal. That's not true, Gob. That's total jive. He didn't. The president of the Ukrainian oil executive can't just tear up a peace deal. Russia went into Ukraine and invaded Ukraine because Putin believes Ukraine is his and believes it's part of Russia and believes it isn't Ukraine. That's what has been leading to these deaths and killings. It's the thug, the murderer, the killer, Vladimir Putin, and nobody else. Cheering that Trump will fail is a sick hit. I don't know who's smiling and rejoicing. Americans have died. I haven't heard anybody smile and rejoicing about that. Have you, Joe?
No,
I haven't heard that.
That's a shame. That's terrible.
Right. That's all we've been saying. It's
terrible.
Sick. It's the last thing you want. It's last thing. Mike, air superiority doesn't take over the ground. Let's see. Tells us to go to Washington, take out the people that aren't working for us. Well, we got to do, Mella, we do it. We go in 2026. We get them out of there. That's how we get them out. Nice and easy. We vote, we win. Have let us down. Leaders, you're right. They always do. It's always the parties. The problem is you got to have parties, at least the way our Constitution is written, because there's always one side and another. If you have 10 parties, it doesn't work because parliamentary systems fall apart all the time because you got to make a deal with 3 parties here and 2 parties there and one pools and you don't have the votes. It's not really the parties, it's the people. And if I may also, the leaders, it's really us. We vote for who's in there. We put those people in. If we didn't vote to put these people into office, they wouldn't be there. They wouldn't be there. It's just the bottom line. We have to put in people we want to win. And every time I hear about gerrymandering or this, those people in that district are voting for that person because they want that person to win. You don't want them to win. We got to get in there and change it. That's how you win. You win by voting these people out, putting the word out, letting people know you're out there, letting people know you care, letting people know there are others to work with you on it, and you move forward. That's how we do. We got to blame ourselves because the vote stops here and Joe, me and Joe. The vote stops with us. I
just hope we have free and fair elections in November.
Well, we'll be getting to that as time goes on, Joe. Hopefully we won't have to do this. Okay. Listen, people have been prepared for it mentally. I don't know what people are prepared for. So what? Presidents, you do understand the president is the head of the military. So, Gob, that has nothing to do with the Constitution. There's Article 1, which is the Congress. There's Article 2, which is the president. There's Article 3, which is the judiciary. And the way he can do it is he's been going in, like a lot of the other presidents, not just President Trump, and just unilaterally doing things, and Congress doesn't come in and pull them back. And they have the right to do it. The problem you got here, Gob, is that Trump keeps using the word war. We're at war. That's the words he has used. And the Constitution says Congress declares war. That's the problem you got there. He doesn't watch what he says. But if we're at war, then Congress has to declare it. That's the problem. It's not embarrassing. It's the fact. It's the Constitution. But I appreciate what you're saying. Okay, here we go. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. Once again, guys, for all you just saying it, all that matters is that you have a person you like, you vote for that person. You go door to door. And when I was a kid, I knocked on doors for my congressmen and senators. I was out there knocking, talking to people, going to rallies, doing whatever I could to help them all the time. Had we always wore a pin back in the old days. Nobody worried about getting hurt. I'd have my pin. I'd have stuff on my car. That's what we did. We were out there hustling, cooking. That's what you got to do. That's how you win. It doesn't matter if you're Democrat, Republican, Independent. You want the candidate, you get in there, back the candidate. Let's let that candidate win. Can only do it by having votes if, as Joe says, it's a free and fair election. Does Iran have the right? Pablin's asking us. Pablin,
what was that?
Does Iran have the right to take out U.S. leaders? Do they have the right? I don't think any. No.
Well, I think they're making the point is, do we have the right to take out their leaders?
I know
The leaders
exactly
of
what
another
they're
country.
But if you remember, Joe, they sent assassins over to try to kill Pompeo and John Bolton and supposedly Trump also. That's why they gave them I think Secret Service protection so that they wouldn't get killed. So the Iranians have already been out trying to do it. That's what they do. Come on, there ain't nothing good about them. But at the top, the people are good people, but at the top, ain't nothing good about them. They're just killers. And they kill their own people, and they don't care. And they put all the money in their own pockets. That's why I don't understand why they and Trump don't get along, because they took all the money from their people and they put it in their pockets. Trump's good at that. They should have talked to each other, seen how they could have fit that into their deal, Joe.
Why do you think they sent Westcott over there?
Who knows?
He couldn't make a deal. That's the problem. Two proud organizations couldn't come up with a deal.
I don't know what to say to that, Joe. I'm just like going, yeah, you're right. You can't make the deal unless you're making the money. But he already made his money. Remember, when he leaves office, he's got his new jet that we are paying to overhaul and fix. Come on. It's going to his library. He's going to fly to his library like he ever reads books. Okay.
No, he may read. I'm not going to say he doesn't read.
He reads the side of his Burger King thing.
Let's not
I'm
disparage the guy. He likes his McDonald's. Nothing wrong with that.
I say good things about him. I think he did the right thing. I don't think he did the right thing going to Iran, but if he did it, he did the right thing by coming on like gangbusters. I mean, I'm with that. I'm there, but hey, what can I tell you? I'm not a McDonald's guy. I don't eat hamburgers, Joe. So to me, it's the fried chicken. It's the deep fried chicken.
That's what you like?
Oh, deep fried chicken. So it comes out just all crispy and the breast, and I love them.
You're a Popeyes guy? Who makes the deep
really good
fried chicken?
But I love Popeyes is very good, but there's some other places around that restaurants, they just have these things, they just deep fry them. They come out and they like crackle as you take them apart. Oh, I just get all worked.
All right, I need some feedback in the mosh pit. Who makes the best fried chicken?
Go for it.
Popeyes could be number one.
Popeyes is very good, but they don't do like in a you don't get like pieces as much. KFC surprisingly makes good chicken pot pie.
Oh. What's Casties?
KFC.
Oh, KFC? Really?
Make a good chicken pot pie.
All right. I have to try that. I like a good chicken pot pie.
Okay. We're getting to this. Okay. We're good. We've been hitting it.
Instead of album of the week, we'll do the fast food chain of the week.
The fast food chain of the week. We're there with that. All I can say is we've gotten some great mosh pit, some great points there. This is where we are, and as I see as we're wrapping quickly, is that we're there. I didn't want us to be there, but he's hitting them hard. We're losing more people. We got to be prepared. The question is, what is going on in Iran? How bad are they getting taken apart? And will the people stand up? If they don't, we're stuck. I don't know what we're going to do. And if they keep shutting down the shipping and all that stuff, we have a real problem. And if we don't wake up one day and decide we want to take the sun's power and utilize that sun's power and do the right thing with it, then we're always going to be behind the curve. That's where we are, Joe. I'm not happy with what's going on, but he's doing what he's got to do if he's there. We're just going to have to see what happens. I just don't. What can I tell you? They're the Klingons. I don't think they're as tough as the Klingons, but they're the Klingons. Joe, what are you going to say?
I don't know. Chick-fil-A or Popeyes? That's the question.
It's different.
Chick-fil-A
doesn't have pieces. So if you want to go for a breast, like, that's already cooked, like it's that versus Popeyes, it's a sandwich. It's different.
I see. Okay. All right. I see what you're saying.
See, I like fried chicken. I mean, it's very good. It's like
without the whole bread thing.
Yeah.
Got it.
God, Joe, with the bone in it. I mean, Joe, that's how you do it. I mean, they're all good.
No bone.
The other things are like boneless wings. Okay?
I like the boneless
but they're bones, or they're always boneless. Chick-fil-A is boneless. But if you get a good breast without a bone, with a bone, and you have it deep fried, a couple of them, really just, Oh, Joe. Oh, throw in some onion rings.
Oh, the onion rings, can't deny that.
Joe, give me some yellow mustard, some ketchup or
Forget the yellow
barbecue
mustard,
sauce,
ketchup.
a little Diet Coke, and I am in heaven, Joe. I am in heaven.
Yeah, good thing you had the Diet Coke. You don't want to gain any weight on that.
Well, hey. I think Diet Coke tastes so much better than regular Coke, whether it has the sugar or the other stuff in it, or the Mexican sugar, or whatever it is. I just like Diet Coke better. I just like it better. I used to force myself to drink Tab and Fresca in the old days. Oh man, you guys don't know that stuff unless you're old. That was
that's rat piss.
That was horrible.
That's
stuff.
horrible.
Look up Tab. Look up Fresca.
Oh,
guys.
terrible. Oh, bad stuff.
See what people look like when they drank it. It was like, but I had to drink it. Diet Right wasn't bad. Diet Right Cherry Smash was pretty good. Almond Smash, which was cherry cola, was okay. But that was 100 years ago, too. I'm going to leave it alone. Joe, if you're square, we ain't there. And that's the way it is.
Period.
We will see you all Wednesday at 5. Thanks for coming. It was a great one. Thanks again. See you all later.